Fallout from the G7 summit continues as President Trump again calls out Canada and other key U.S. allies on trade. The president tweeting, "Sorry, we cannot let our friends or enemies take advantage of us on trade anymore. We must put the American worker first." Griff Jenkins is live in Washington. Griff, good morning.
Good morning, Sandra. It appears the president is escalating the start of a trade war with America's closest allies, unleashing a barrage of tweets in the wake of the G7, some aimed at Canada's prime minister, as you mentioned, like this one. He says fair trade is now to be called fool trade if it is not reciprocal. According to a Canada release, they make almost $100 billion in trade with U.S. Guess they were bragging and got caught. Minimum is $17 billion. Tax area from us at 270%, then Justin acts hurt when called out. This all began when the president shook things up in Quebec, but then became furious when Trudeau held a news conference after his departure and said this.
Would be with regret, but it would be with absolute certainty and firmness that we move forward with retaliatory measures on July 1st, applying equivalent tariffs to the ones that the Americans have unjustly applied to us. Canadians were polite, we're reasonable, but we also will not be pushed around.
That prompting the president to withdraw his agreement to the group's communique and infuriating administration officials, with harsh words coming from the president's trade policy advisor, Peter Navarro.
There's a special place in hell for any foreign leader that engages in bad faith diplomacy with President Donald J. Trump and then tries to stab him in the back on the way out the door.
And Sandra, the fallout continues with G7 leaders like Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel calling the situation, quote, depressing and vowing tariff retaliation as well. Perhaps one positive note, overnight trading was mostly up in the euro, getting a bounce despite heightened worries over this what would be an ensuing global trade war.